has really catapulted them into a household name. That's all it is. But the same as you and I have the same thoughts, feelings, problems, issues, and things like that. So it's really focusing on what you want. What do you want to do with your life? Not chasing somebody else's dream, but using your own script. Write your own script as a human being to play the starring role in your movie. Even if your starring role is a bit part in somebody else's movie, you're still the starring role in your movie. It doesn't matter. You've got to focus on what you actually really want. And meditation, you just sit there every day, start to ask the question, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And it slowly comes to you.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that being famous is it can't let me phrase it. The fact that becoming famous is not necessarily fulfilling. Like, I think that explain why a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of famous artists end up drug addicts, right? Because they're trying to feel something through the drugs, because their main job, like everyone think they're gods, they're amazing, they're just household names, right? They're like world famous, but at the end of the day, they're still just people, like you mentioned, you and me. They don't feel like gods. They're still like, they still need love. They still go to the toilet. They still like normal people. And
Yes.
I I I guess it's that's why a lot of them end up using drugs. I would assume so. I don't know.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
In my day, it was alcohol. You wouldn't. I'll give you an instance. There's a big TV program in the UK called Morning Britain. I think it's Good Morning Britain or something. And our recording for that was about 5:30 in the morning. We had to turn up in the foyer 5:30 in the morning. So we went to pick the guitarist up. He'd already we picked the guitarist up about 4:30 in the morning. He'd already drunk half a bottle of wine before we picked him up. And we got into the foyer, and then they had a beer dispenser there in the foyer of, I think it was ITV, one of the big channels in our country in the UK. And they said, well, can you wait there? We're running a bit late. Could you wait there for about an hour? So we waited there for an hour, and we emptied the beer dispenser before we even
Oh
got up.
gosh.
It was 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, and then the singer said, "Oh, I'll go out and get some supplies." He brought back some more beer and wine and stuff like that. And by the time we got on to doing the live recording about 10:30, 11 in the morning, we were all pretty drunk. But it was normal for us. It was absolutely normal. And now looking back at it, I'm going, "Oh my goodness, what was I doing? What was I doing?" But it was. You're right. It was filling the void. It was making you feel like, yeah, this is normal. Um, it's a very strange world being a musician, because I still write music today. I still write songs. I write meditation type songs. I also chant ancient Vedic scripts and things like that. And I still love music. I still use it and I still record it. But it's not my profession anymore. But and it's if you're artistic, it's I find it quite sad, because it's difficult to be artistic without turning it into a commodity. Because I remember going to see a young band um, way before probably most people's time. There was a band called the Faces in the UK who Rod Stewart used to sing for, and there was a young band who was supporting us in this little club in the middle of Shepherd's Bush, and they were playing. And the first 5 or 6 songs was brilliant, like the Faces, just like the Faces, brilliant. And then the middle set was like 5 or 6 songs which were horrible commercial trash. And then the last 4 or 5 songs, back to that Faces type thing. So I was really curious. I went up to the lead singer straight after the set and said, "That first part of your set and the last part of your set was brilliant. What was that bit in the middle?" And he goes, I know. Our record company wants us to play that music, doesn't want us to do what we do originally and why we were signed in the first place. We have to do this." And I just thought, you got no control over your artistic output when you sign up to a big boy and they start to promote you. They didn't get anywhere, and I could see why, because the passion was in the music they created in between those two bits in the middle, and it wasn't really in the commercial pat that they were serving up in the middle of their set. And that's where I feel really upset for some musicians, because it's so difficult if you are musically inclined to make a living out of it and to be who you really want to be. Because you're right, you end up drinking, taking drugs, trying to cut the pain out because you're not really fulfilling yourself as an artist. And it is difficult to be an artist. It is difficult. I see that, but it's not to be famous. Never think of it to be famous. Think of it as, this is what I do. And that goes into your self image of who you are. It's like, I am a musician, so I will pick the guitar up every day and play it every day without fail. But I'm also a Qigong instructor, meditation coach, a self image coach. So I will sit and work on my Qigong, my meditation, and self image every day, and thinking, well, who am I and how do I want to purvey myself into the world? And this is how we have to be as human beings, and saying, if you're going to say you are something, be it, rather than saying, oh, I want to be famous. No. Why do you want to be famous? Well, I want to be famous because I want to be a musician. But just keep telling yourself, oh, I'm a musician. I'm a musician. I'm going to play the best music in the world. If you fall a little bit short of that, no problem, but you'll be able to get yourself into a place where you want to be. It's like the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of the universe. It will get you to vibrate in that position. But if you just want to come from point zero to being somebody, that takes work, and especially in the material realm. If you want to break through this material realm and get your vibration up there, it takes a lot of work. For me to be a musician, I was practicing my bass guitar about 8 hours a day. And I was good. I was really good at shooting up and down the scales, and I was good. Someone could take me into the studio, show me a chord sheet. I'd run through it once, and I'd record it perfectly second time around. I was that good at doing it because time was money, and you just had to be really good at it. So I think it's important that we can break any of these barriers that we feel that we can't do. But you just got to keep etching away at it. A bit, like you're doing a podcast here, and there might have been a time when you first started thinking about it, going, "Well, I'm not sure if I could do that." And then when you do it a couple of times, you're there and you're in the vibe. You go, "Yeah, I love this. This is great. I'm talking to really interesting people." And that's how you it's the wise saying is, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Most people, unfortunately, don't take that first step.
Wow. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a first step. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It's an
Yeah.
old ancient expression from it's a Southeast Asian expression. Yeah. So you take the first step. You just go for it. Jump, leap. Faith is important. Not the faith that we're taught in religious perspectives, but the faith in yourself that you can do this. Because your comfort zone, right, is not comfortable. It's not comfortable. You think, oh, I'll sit back here and I'll be in my comfort zone. You're not happy in your comfort zone. That's usually when people start to think, well, what can I do? What do I do? And I couldn't believe it when I first took, say, Qigong out to gyms in England. I went to this place where I used to live down in Runnymede near Staines. There's a little gym down there, and I'd sent in a PDF because we'd just come back from Korea as a Qigong team. We won the international championship as Qigong people team, British team. And I walked into that interview to get the job, thinking I'm not going to hold my words back. I'm going to talk about the chakra system. I'm going to talk about the meridian lines, which is the way energy is put through across the body. I'm going to talk about the acupressure points. I'm going to talk how the brainwave frequencies change when you practice Qigong. How when you open up the body with energy and you start to relax the body, all the capillaries start to open, so you get a natural healing within the body anyway. And I went through this whole thing, almost like a scientific lecture. And they sat there at the end of it. I thought, oh my God, they hated this. And they went, wow, we want you in here. We want you to come and teach you there. And that was the beginnings of it. And I started teaching to about 6 people for about 5-6 weeks and thinking, oh, this isn't going anywhere. And then they started to come in 10, 12, 15, up to 30 a week again, every week, filling the room out. And they were coming up to me and go, How did you get this into a council gym, i.e., like a council run gym? How did you get this into this gym? They were saying this is amazing stuff. So it kind of built from there of me getting into the mind, body, spirit genre of getting people to experience it for themselves. So do your sound toning for yourself, do your meditation for yourself, experience it for yourself, because having the knowledge is okay, right? It's good. We've got so much knowledge in our brains, all of us, right? Got so much knowledge in our brains. But if you don't turn that into experience, it will never become wisdom. And when you have the wisdom to realize this is true, what I'm saying here, it feels true to me, I'm going to make this work for me, whether it be like we were saying, emotives, was that right or wrong, that research? If it's true to me and I believe that I'm changing the water in my system through the power of thought, I'm doing it. And I can feel that goosebumps come up even with me saying that, because I believe, I have faith in it, and it becomes a wisdom to me that I can do that with my mind. I can feel lighter already, just thinking like that. I feel tingling down to my fingertips. It's getting you to, well, getting all of us to realize we are the creators of our own destiny. We are creators here on planet Earth, and we don't realize how much we can create until we get into that energy system of the body and meditation, and realize actually we could have created a horrible vibe today, right? But we created a great vibe. So we have created this. So what else can you go out and create? And you've got to really think about that when you go to a supermarket and you see somebody um, who's on the checkout. Just think for 1 minute what a horrible day that must be for them. So why can't you just go and create a moment by saying something maybe stupid about yourself or stupid about something, to make them smile, to go, oh, actually, this job isn't so bad, is it? And you've just given them those 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is, to make their life a little bit better around them. And when you start to do that, you realize you've got this energy inside of yourself that keeps going and going and going. When you're trying to take and take and take, that takes energy and energy and energy, and you get exhausted. But when you're giving and giving and giving and serving and serving and serving, that never stops. That energy can flow forever. And that's what this universe is all about. It's a beautiful way of actual energy flowing into us. And sound, I think, is one of the closest ways of tapping into that. Qigong, your mind, meditation. You can do it with all of that. I think it's incredible.
Beautiful. Peter, I tried to ask before, but we got